Hello everybody, my name is Gothic Lord UK. Welcome to the demo for Tiling Forest. This is a demo of a puzzle game released by the creator of Maxwell's Puzzling Demon, so I have high expectations. Welcome to Tiling Forest, the demo version of Tiling Town. This is the game. You complete areas with your tiles. Give it a try. Left click to select a tile. New tile. When you complete an area, you obtain a new tile. Complete the next area with the new tile. We got more new tiles. You can't complete this area now. Refer to the guide for what to do next. How to use this guide. If you're reading this, you're using the guide correctly. The guide is broadly divided into rules and tips. Explanations of the rules of the puzzles, you're recommended to read every section. Tips, ways of trying to solve. You need not read these sections, but you can always refer to them. Got it? When you finish, press got it. So, what are we doing? Rules. Adjacent tiles must match their partners. When you place a tile, you need to match the pattern on every adjacent side of the surrounding tiles. See cell ... You can place this or this here, but you can't place dead ends. Okay. As the game progresses, terrains other than road may appear. All of them must follow the pattern. Unreached outside roads marked with map icon. You can progress when they are connected to reached outside road. Failed examples, road to road, or unreached road connected to the inside must be starting on the outside. Okay. You need to place tiles on all the cells in the area. If you still have empty cells, they must be filled. Okay. Refer to the guide for progress. Tiles can be removed with right click. What? So this... That does work. I was told I couldn't make progress. I'm confused. So can I still do these? Okay, everything's fine. We have two options here. I guess I can just do this. That takes us up there. You can't reach this road from this area. Move the camera and look for another path. Okay, so we're going this way instead. So, how are we going to turn all the way around here? How are we going to turn all the way around? If I remove these, I can go straight to the right. Oh, hold on. Now that I have this access, I guess I can, rather than going from here to there, I can go from there to here. So we can do that. Understood. You can select tiles with mouse cursor. For other useful shortcuts, refer to settings. Right, so we need to get to this top right corner. I assume we need to use these. Except I can't go up, left, or up, right out of this guy. So how am I going to get through here if I don't have a vertical piece? It's going to have to be that. This. Then we ignore this completely, I think. We need to get lower to go across here, up there, across there, and over. And then maybe at some point we'll unlock a new tile. And that will let us get... And then we don't even need to go through here. Because there's no exit to go through there. Okay. Intriguing. The ambient noise is super low. But like, the music in the menu is quite loud, and now the ambient tweeting is very quiet. How are we going to get over to there? To go down... Well, we don't need to go down, we can go up. New tile, now we can go down. This concludes the tutorial. Keep going and complete more areas. You can check each condition on the condition list. Forest, area C4 tile. You can place markers, so make good use of them. New rule. Clearing the forest. Area, complete area N6. Locate area N6 and complete it. You need a certain number of tiles, so you have to complete enough areas, other areas as well. Okay. So we can go down and left now. Can't exit there. This is just a dead end. So I don't think I can get down to here with down and right. Because I can't come from the left side to down. I can only go from up to down. So we'll continue to work on this. Except this is definitely no good. That doesn't go in there. I keep wanting to use middle click to... Can I do that? Tile. Select a tile. Unselect a tile. Select previous. Select the same tile as the cursor on the map. Only if available in your entry. Shift. Loop within a category. Camera controls. While no tile is selected, drag the mouse to pan and rotate the mouse wheel to zoom. That's not really what I want. But my brain will figure it out eventually. So the only exits we have are this one and this one. Can I go up and left? I can't. So we have to go down and right. That's the only feasible way forward right now. Because I'm not missing an exit. Well, that's one way for me to go down, isn't it? We go over, straight across. I can't go down from here. I can't be stuck already. I definitely can't get out of here. Whoops. I don't know if it matters that those are left alone or not. So, I can't go up and left. I simply cannot. So it must be this. How can I get further down? And go down and left or down and right. But once I'm going right, I can't go down. I can only go down while going left. Because that goes up, and that's the only way I can go. Oh, go away. Alright, that was simpler than I had made it. That's just free. Weird extra notch of grass there. I'm assuming that means we can't do this. Yes, okay. And we can't do that either, so it's going to have to be that, this. Then we don't have a last corner to get round here. So that means we need to do this first. And if we're going down, it means we have to do this. And then we have to get across. But we have to go up and down because of the rules. So we have to go make these greens touch. This here, that there, one of those, one of these, one of those. Well, it has to be... I don't have this piece. So how am I getting down? Again, I'm not missing an exit that I can take. I can't take that corner. I definitely can't go up and left. So it feels like this must be where I'm at right now. We have to take this fixed block because we can't scooch over because this piece isn't allowed in that gap. Because that can't go there. That has to be, excuse me, this. And to go down... How can I go down? I don't have to go... The only way I can come in through a lower is with this. But that makes no sense to me at all. Because if I don't have a piece to hook this, I can't hook that either. What am I missing? This we had to go down left to go right. Maybe we have to go down left to go up. Well, I can't go up that way. What am I missing? Already not taking it easy on me, are they? If we had all four of these, it'd be the easiest thing in the world. But we don't. That's a dead end. I can't go up and left. Simply is not allowed. So let's do that there right now. That there right now. How can I get around this corner? It must be doable. The only piece that I have that can go in this tile is the straight piece. Because left up can't end in the tree. Then the only piece that could go here is that or this. But I can't hook around this corner. What am I missing? Check the unread rules. Connect all roads. You need to connect all roads inside an area into a single network. Roads are split into several groups. All roads must be connected. That's fine. I don't mind that. Areas are complete when all conditions for completing them are met. The conditions to be met in the current area are shown on the condition list. Areas you've never completed are shown with a red dashed border. When you complete an area, you obtain a new tile. You can also return to complete an area in an incomplete state. However, you'd basically leave completed areas as they are. So can I get new pieces from areas I've not been if I completely fill them out? Because they've got red dashed lines. Okay. That's an interesting concept. So these are green because they are filled. This is red because it is not filled. So can I fill this space? I don't think so because I can't do these 3 tiles all together. So that doesn't feel valid to me right now. But maybe there's a different area that I can fully complete. Oh, stop. Is there one that I could fully complete? Like, I can't do this because I have no way of finishing the roadway. I can't do an up right hook, so I don't know that there's places that I'm missing. Locate area N6 and complete it. You need a certain number of tiles. You have to complete other areas as well. N6. This is all S. This is central. That's west. This is south. Make clever use of limited tools. There's so much here going on. You don't have to solve every puzzle immediately. The very act of thinking it through has value. In the game, you'll often encounter puzzles you can't solve yet. Even if you conclude after working on it, it can't be solved right now. That's not a failure. That's genuine progress. Practical example. Right after the tutorial. God, it's a lot going on, isn't there? We did that. Among the 4 newly unlocked areas still cannot be completed, you should be able to confirm quickly that the same reason that S2 could not be completed. That leaves S4, the area shown below, as the only remaining possibility. Let's check if this area can be completed. When aiming to complete an area, the key is to gain focus on cells where the tile is uniquely determined. In fact, this area can be completed if you thoroughly apply this fundamental principle. Find cells where only one tile can be placed, place that tile there, representing this process till all tiles are filled. For example, it's relatively easy to see that only one tile can be placed in the corner areas. Other areas may be less obvious. What is going on? So, down here, that can go there, but nothing else can. Give me a sec to read through more of this stuff. Alright, I kind of got my head around things. So, we always have 2 effective objectives. One is to get from one edge of a room to the other edge of the room. And 2 is to completely fill in the space. So we now need to use our deduction to figure out which one of these areas can we or can we not completely fill in. So this room, we cannot fill in that tile. That's not what I want. How do I get rid of you? Right click. So this room, we can't do that tile. This room we can't do. This room we know we can't do. This room we couldn't do that tile. This room we couldn't do that tile. This room we can't do because this is can't be a loop. This we're stuck on. This we couldn't do that tile, so it remains that this is a plausible option, I suppose. So let's wipe that out. Let's start taking tiles that we know must be in places, is what the tutorial says to do. And then we can start figuring things out from here. So we know we can't go forward and right into, or like up and right into that. Because that must go there, which means that must go there. So how do we get down into this? I can't do that. Hold on. How can we get out of this block correctly? Can I get out of this tile? I don't have up and right. Does this become the same problem as these tiles? Because I can't go straight up. Can't do that. Now I'm just like... basically feel like I'm very awkwardly colouring in. That can't go there. We don't have a vertical piece. Huh. We can't do that. We can't do that. We definitely can't do that or this. There's got to be this room, doesn't it? But I can't do this tile. I want to fill in the space completely. I feel like I'm a lot of the way nearly there. But I don't have a up and right corner. Or a right and down. Words are important. Alright. If it's not this one, because of that one, is it this one because it does this one for us? Can we fill this room in? And how are we going to do that? Start with what we do know. That has to go there. That has to go there and there. If this can't go vertical, it has to go like that, which means this is going over. That has to go over if we're going to fill that into a corner. It has to be one single piece, not two separate loops. That gets to there, gets to there. We can do that and this. That across. Those across. Okay, we got one. Oh, that gives us, like, every option in the history of the world. Because now I can do, like... this. This. Oh, yeah, now we're cooking with gas. Right. So where do I want to go next? Well, we can just do that. Gives me that. And that gives me that. Obviously, a lot of these want to be filled in as full rooms, right? That's evident. But we can just unlock paths. We don't have directly up yet, is the kind of next key one we're missing, I think. But our world is, like, so much more open now. So with those, you have to wonder... I can do things like that now, but we can't fill that in. But I can do this. And yeah, like this we can't fill in until we get more appropriate pieces. But we can continue to open up pathways. And then you have to wonder, do we have to go forward further to come back? Like, what does this want? And why? Presumably, this is just a packing puzzle where we have to finish here. Right? Oh, this is so good now. We have, oh, new rules? Empty lots is not roads. That's fine. Understand that. Completing areas, empty lots. Unless you have all the corner tiles, the places where you can place them are limited. Sure. Sure. Right, where do I want to go next? Is a fantastic question. Can I fill this in? Because we know we have a lot of very limited locations for a lot of this. That must be that, that must be that, that must be that. That must be that. I don't know if I can fill this in. I don't think I can. I think I need... Well... Because I can do this, but that's not valid. Maybe if it's not a road, maybe if it's just an empty lot, it doesn't count against us. We just don't have 4 pieces of empty lots right now. But I think the way this kind of makes a perimeter, we can't go up and down without leaving something out. So let's just empty that off. I don't think we can do that area yet, because there's this, but not its matched piece. So we don't have the match piece for that. We don't have the match piece for those. I don't think we can do this because we don't have a way to do a dead end when we have 3 exits. This... Hold on. This tree trunk looks really suspicious to me, and I don't know why. Because it's like the only tree trunk on the whole map. Is it because we finished this area, this gave us a piece? I mean, that doesn't exist over here. That tree trunk seems suspicious. Right, let's try this packing puzzle then. So, start with what we must know. That must be there. Must have one of those, one of those, one of those, one of those, one of those. This has to come straight over. I don't think we can do this because we don't have a vertical piece, so I can't fill this in with anything yet. Okay, can I do this room? No, because we don't have a vertical piece. That has to go there. Which means we can't put a piece in here. I mean, there is all of this that we can still investigate, right? So I can't do that, can't do that, can't do that. Don't know if I can do this. Feels like a no with this 3x3 section here that we can't snake through. Can't do that, can't do that. So I guess it is going to be just unlock more of this stuff up here. And with two paths, we can have one path go one way, one path go the other way. So we do this. Oh, those don't let me build next to them. Interesting. So I can do this. And then I can do this. Alright, things are getting bigger and badder all the time. Yeah, rooms with 3 exits seem unresolvable to me right now. I don't think I can go to these corners then, because I can't go vertical up and I can't go left and right where these stone pieces don't match my grass. God, what a great game. So, start with our regular rules. You there. Which means that has to go there. You have to go here. And there. Which means this. This. Seems 2 ways that we could kind of think about doing this. This looks fine. New tile. Okay. I know that that should let me then fill this in, perhaps. Can I do a full... Yeah. We can do this, this, that, under, left, over, straight. That gives us the bottom left corner of the blanks. Okay. But we don't have... No, we do. We can do that and that. Excuse you. So presumably now we can fill this room in. That must be there, that must be there. Which means that must go there. We go up, down, except we can't do that because we don't have a regular vertical piece yet. So that might be a limitation of this. No, we definitely can. We definitely can. We just have to snake around a bit. I think. Horizontal. This. That. Hook. Straight. Hook. Hook. Straight. Alright, we now have the full void section. Earlier on, I hypothesized that this might need a full void. To allow us to then do something the equivalent of this. Nice. That gets us our vertical piece. Is there anything we can't do now? Feels like we are very set up for success now. Now, this doesn't have an exit, and we don't have a dead end piece, so I don't think I can do that yet. I feel like we must be able to do this, though. That must be that, that must be that. That must be that. Bottom left, bottom right, bottom left, bottom right. No, because this is 3 wide. I can't fill a 3 wide in, even with a vertical piece. Okay, so not that. This feels like it must be doable. No, because we've got 3... We've got 3 exits on that one, so not that. We now have full vertical here, so we can do a lot more. We go in there, down, up, over, no. Can we do this? Can't do a loop. That corner has to match to this corner. If that comes out anywhere here, and this goes in anywhere there... Oh, maybe. This, that, that. Maybe. No, I can't do this piece. We got 1 piece too many? Unless there's a void we can use somewhere in here. But that would require 4x4 pieces. And I can't leave a 4x4. Could be this, that, or a hook. I feel like that's a no-go. This feels like we must be able to do it now. Absolutely. Looks like we could do this ages ago. Perhaps. No, because we needed that vertical there. This, vertical. Hook, hook. Horizontal. And bottom right. New tile. I bet this tile lets us now move through here. Although, I feel like we could have done a lot of this now with vertical and hook left. Okay, this obviously we can unlock further along. But it's starting to become a question of deducing what rooms we can and cannot do. What area are we trying to get to? Clear area N6. This is N1. This is E7. So there's a lot north to go. And this is just the demo, which is absurd. Can we do this room? We absolutely can do this room. This is an easy room to do because we just have to go up, down, up, down, up. Oh, no, there's 3 exits. Dummy. There's 3 exits in that room. Okay, so not that room. This we can't do because we don't have a way to make a dead end. Presumably, I can do this and this now with that and that now, and figure out something here, you would imagine we came across, up, over. That leaves us going up without an ability to come back down on ourselves. Because it's three wide makes things tricky. For real. I mean, what we can certainly do is just unlock another room. We have, presumably, everything we need for that, but we can't then do this. But we can, of course, unlock another room. It's an interesting thing that we can unlock so many rooms, but there are only so many that we can fill at any given moment. Because we don't have a dead end piece to give ourselves. We can come all the way back here. I can probably fill this, right? No, again, it's trouble with 3 wide paths. Is a very tricky thing that we get stuck with a lot. This has 3 exits. This is a 3 wide path that I don't think I can do anything about. Because if we go up, we can't go down. If we go down, we can't go up. Did we decide this room was undoable? Because we don't have a dead end, we can't do that. I wish I could write myself notes. I think we decided this was undoable because of 3 wide paths. This has 3 exits, that has 3 exits. This, I think I decided, is undoable, possibly because of a 3 wide path. That has 3 exits, that has a dead end. This is a 3 wide path, which presents its own problems. We can certainly do this now. So there's like basically 2 puzzles going on at once here. What is the thing that we can solve? And how do we solve that thing that we can solve? This is N6. So this is the one that we have to solve to finish. But we don't have all the pieces, presumably, to do this. Because as a packing puzzle, especially as a 3 wide packing puzzle, it's going to make dead ends for us unless we have a suite of dead end pieces. So, let's keep unlocking the rest of the rooms. Can I do this tile? I don't think I have the piece to get out of here, you know? Because it would need that going down or across and a dirt piece. That I can do. Then obviously we can do more here. That's a different exit. That's a different exit. Can I get to there? Not really, I think. Can I fill this room in as a 3 wide packing problem? I don't think so. I think it's 1 too many pieces. There's probably like an odd even count that I could do to figure this out. If we start up and across, we get to the exit already. If we start down and across, when we get to the exit, there's one left piece of hollow space. So I don't think I can do that space. This, we can obviously unlock more. It's a real question of how many steps forward do we have to go to come back? Like, we can go forward to get new pieces, to then come back and do what with them, you know? It's an intriguing series of puzzles. Like, we can't cut that off and do an island there. There's another one of those broken stumps, which is intriguing. This room we definitely can't do because of these dirt edges. So, looking around the borders, there's this I don't think I can get to because of how our corners work. This I can't get to because of how corners work. So I can't get up there. So now we are stuck limited on packing puzzle pieces. But we don't have any dead ends. So back to thinking about where we can and cannot pack full rooms in. Because I need the rest of these dirt pieces, I think. Rooms with 3 exits are a no-go. This, I think, is a no-go because of its 3-wide nature. 3 exits. This is 3 exits. That's 3 exits. That's a dead end. Can I do this room? Again, some of these I've probably already thought about in part. Yeah, I can't do this and this, so that's a no-go. That's no-go. I can't do that because it leaves a 1 odd end. Again, this 3-wide area means that I can't go in and out of it. That doesn't look great. This I can't do. This has 3 exits. That has a dead end in it. That's 3 wide. I'm getting stumped again about what my next thing that I can actually do is. That's N6, which is our rule for completing area N6. So I need to start challenging my own assumptions again, I think. You don't have an exit. I don't have any dead end pieces. That's no good to me. That, I think I can't do on a 3-wide basis. This... How do I go above and below this? Maybe? No, this room has 3 exits. Ah. Can I do this room? I can't do a 4-piece in the center. So this has to be some version of this, I think. And because if this was a 2x2, it leaves the one odd out. I don't think I can do that room. Which is begging a lot of questions about what is the room I can do. This is a room we've not spent a lot of time on. But this thing here, if I go up and over, I can go down and around a bit. But I don't think it works out. Let me fill in all of my known entities here. With the exception that there may be a way to use a 2x2 piece somewhere instead. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Nice. What does that give me? An opposite side edge. What can I do with that? I can build that out, sort of. I can't just fill in any old space with it. I can obviously do those, but I can't do the tops and the bottoms. What room does that most likely let me continue on with, having solved that one? There's not many rooms that use that specific type of piece. 3 exits, 3 exits. This, I think, is no good and through-wide, and these pieces don't help me. Is there a world where I can do something like this now and make this more packable? Hypothetically, yes, but we don't have a second exit in this room, so that doesn't help me. I can't do that room. Also doesn't have an exit. You know, that room can't be done with a 3x3. That has 3 exits. That is a room that only has 1 exit. I don't think I can do anything with this. That's 3 exits. That's 1. I can put a 2x2 in there, but it doesn't help me get around that. Ooh, what about this? Now we can do that. Does that allow me to fill in this path with a wibbly wobbly? That is the technical name. The old wibble wobbers. Nice. That gives us the top tile for these. We could do... What can I do with that? That now? Is that gonna... evolve to something. Not without the bottom piece, I don't think. Okay, more rooms we can work with. Can we do more work over here now? How can I get to... There's this exit that we haven't actually explored yet, which goes up and around here. But I feel like I'm missing a certain type of piece to let me get out of these. Because I can't take it... I can't put a path anywhere on there. At all. If I do that, I can't put a path on there. If I do that, I can't put a path on there. That fills that out. But I can't go across here with that. So I still feel like that room's out of access to me. So, what do the new tools give me? I can't do this because this is a one exit room. Can I just fill up bulk space with these in some way? Kinda, but not the centers. Okay. What can we do? Do. Can I... Oh, this is a room with 3 exits again. I need to start measuring up stuff better. 3 exits, dead end. 2 exits, but it's a really awkward shape because of this exit on this side. 1 exit. Maybe there's something I can do with this now? I don't have the bottom fill of this. Which is what I suspect I'm going to get next from somewhere. How do you design all these puzzles to so intricately work through one another? Alright, back going through these all logically. 3 exits. 3 exits. This one. I just can't get through this 3x3 space without a full solid piece, I think. This. Can I do... No, I can't kind of fill that in an inverted kind of... I can't hook that in there with like a corner piece. That won't go. Also, this is a one exit room, so it doesn't matter. Oh my god, my brain! Three exit room, one exit room. This, with its 3 line bottom, or 3 wide bottom, I think, isn't really super likely. Because even if we hook under here, or under there, yeah, that doesn't feel like it. That's a one-end room. don't have bottoms for this. Which is what I think I need next, but I don't know what room I can do now. What about this guy? We'd have to go to the right, because if we go straight down, we can't fill in these two gaps. Fill in the one. I can do that. Because I have this and this, I can now fill in the negative space on the left. Which then lets me do that, this, cut across the bottom, go down left, cut the corner. This one is going up, that fills in that, this goes up, and then we just do a horseshoe. Good. Okay, now we have the bottom of that. That's gonna possibly allow us to do... I can fill in that now. But I can't do that. Can I fill in this thing with all the lines now? Because I can do two different exits. Excuse you. Not really, because how do I fill in the gaps? I'm currently using two pairs of exits. So I can't fill in the spaces between the exits I'm not using. Okay. And in here, I still can't hook anything on there. Can I fill this out now? Oh, I can... No, this is a one exit room. I can't fully pack a one exit room. So... that would have to go there. I don't think I can do that room. Right, once again. One exit room. Rooms with threes. Three exit room. One exit room. One exit room. Three exit room. Two exit room, but the three on this side makes it super awkward. So I can't go up and down and down and up. This is tricky. I figure out how to get through here now. No, these ones just seem completely out of my capabilities. Alright, you know what? I've been going for over an hour. I think I'm going to get some lunch and then come back to this. So I'll be right back. Alright, 1 hour later with fresh eyeballs. What can we and can we not do? One entrance, no exit. This, I'm uncertain about. Because obviously, if I just undo those. This, if we come down and across, we can't get to the center spot, so I'm pretty sure we can't do this. Even if I made that 4x4, if we came in, down, across, up, down, we miss this one center tile. which is no good. 3 exits. 3 exits. 1 exit. This, I don't think I can get out of here without leaving dead space. 3 exits, 1 exit, 1 exit. 3, 1. This one, maybe. This, I don't know how to get rid of these edges. 1 exit. So it feels like it's got to be this guy here. Maybe something I'm missing about this. And that's about all the options I can figure out right now. But with this piece locked, this would have to be where we get to next. We can fill that all in. That's fine. But I can't take this tile with me. Can I do this? Feels like no. Because if you draw 2 lines between either pieces, you end up with the negative void space, and we don't have a solid green piece. And if I do something like... I can't do that. Or I can do that one, but I can't do the rest of them. Because I don't have... I have corners, but I don't have a full green piece, and I don't have a full brown piece. So that's no good to me. Got out of there. I don't think I can get out of here. If I can, I'm missing something. Because it would have to be like this. All the pieces that would let me out aren't pieces that I can place there. So I'm a little stuck. Do I really think I can't do this? It would have to be corners at the top. But I don't have like an inverted half for this. I can't go outwards towards the edge and back up again because that leaves a 3 wide section here. This pinch point here means I can't do a 2x2 within that. Another one of these tree stumps with an arrow, which is intriguing, following on from this one. There's some mystery there. I can't figure out where I can actually do anything now. We can fill out areas with those. I've understood that. We can fill out areas to be bigger, but only in rectangles with what we've got. Understood that. I can't just make that taller and wider. I don't have a 4x4 piece to fill that in with. What if we do something like this? So that can't fill that space, which is annoying. Because clearly we have a lot of what's needed to hypothetically fill this in now. Does it make a difference if we make 2 squares and then try and go up? No. It doesn't that I can tell. That's our finale. There's clearly a bunch more rooms over here that I just don't think I can get to. If I can't make any progress for a good while, we might just have to say I am stuck. That's no fun. This is an odd number of tiles, which makes it just feel more awkward. Unless there's something I can do with tiles that are one-way, like one-way rooms that I haven't figured out yet. Because like rooms with 3 exits, I just don't have any way to resolve. I definitely can't do this. Because we have one odd piece out of those. That's 3 exits, this is 3 exits, this is 1 exit. This is 3 exits. I was like, have we done this? No, it's 3 exits. That's 1. This is 2 and I can't figure it out. Mostly because of like one of these tiles being too big, because I don't think I can... I can't do that. Oh! I can't get that out of there. Which is annoying. I'm at a loss. It's so tough not knowing what I can or cannot do. Because that's half the puzzle, right? Figuring out where you can go. I can't do this, because if we come out through here, any amount of this gets us stuck with these tiles up here that I can't do anything with. This always leaves an odd 1, no matter which path we take. It feels like I should be able to fill this room in, but the path planning just doesn't allow for it. There's too many odd edges. We always end up with one remnant tile. That room I can't do. This is 3 exits, that's 1. Oh, I can do this room. Oh, you moron. We've probably been able to do this room for ages, I wager. Now that we have all the edges available to us, we just have to figure out, well, can I do this room like I think I can? Is probably the better question. Because I could do this here if I needed to fill up more space, but then I can't do a turnaround in that 2x2 section. Because this is just a one in, one out. And I feel like I should be able to deal with this. Let's start with what we know on lines. Well, here's a great question. What happens if we just finish the room for the path? Nothing. Okay. So getting to here does nothing, but it gives us a specific exit requirement. Can we pack this room? Feels like I should be able to. But it always leaves one. But we can block sections out now, which might be what we need. But it's not this. Because we always just leave one piece unspent. And I can't do this in 3 places. Can I make like a giant one of those or something? This feels like the most probable place where there is an answer to be found. We can't go straight up because we can never fill this, so going over feels correct. We can't go straight up here because then we'd have to do that. And I don't think we can pack this with other space, right? There's no way we get to an answer like this, is there? Because I can't... A, I can't fill in this centerpiece. And B, I can't do corners on outside edges of those. Is there a way for me to pack this in? I don't see it. I don't see it, and that's annoying because it feels like one I should be able to do, given that it has a clear exit. That one feels like it has one too many. This doesn't have an exit. I can't do those exits. I think I'm stumped. I think I'm stumped. And unfortunately, I have other things I have to do today. I can't sit and stare at this forever, even though I'm having a great time just staring at it. Alrighty, I spoke to a friend who has also been playing this, and when you go into the rules and where is the roads must all be connected. Where's empty lots? There was a rule about an empty lot versus multiple empty lots or something. You can complete an area by creating an empty lot, but then, unlike roads, empty lots do not need to form a single region. So you can have multiple empty lots in a section. And that leads you back to here, where we can go this, 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 and then go empty lot wild. Come on. And we can pack all of this in here. New tile. Can I please drag? Thank you. So this is that. So that's going to be simple enough to do what we just did an extra time, effectively. Oh god, okay. That gives us a down path. Can I now do this then? If I do that, I can't take this corner over. So maybe it's not that yet, but we have new possibilities. Does that mean I can now do something with these? I do that. And that. Hold on. And question mark this. Ooh! Okay, that is going to be, first of all, simple version of this and this and that. Right, that's all the stages unlocked, it appears. Oh no, there's this one here. But I don't think we can go... No, wait, we don't have a right-hand exit arrow for that yet. But what I'm presuming this means then is in all of the rooms that have 3 exits, I can now kind of wedge an exit into certain places. Like if we look at this, can I do something like that? And if we then fill out this, me top and bottom, and then go over twice. Where are you? Why is that not valid? That feels like it should be valid to me. New rule. Roads entering the same empty lot are treated as connected areas. This area meets the road condition to complete areas. This area allows access to unreached road via the empty lot. So, does this piece of road mean this isn't one contiguous piece of road? I've got 2 bits of road, therefore the road isn't a single piece, effectively, I think. But I don't know how to then make that join up with other bits of road. Okay, well, what else can we do? Can I do... I need the opposite version of that, I think. Can we fill this out? I assume so. We do this, that. Where are you? That one. That one. Can I now fill this in somehow? I'm left with these. Well then, if I just take 2 of those and loop that together, is this valid? New tile, we get the right-hand side one of those, which means we can now do this and that. How can I get that road? Okay. More progress. I'm going to be here for like 2 hours, aren't I? I hope somebody's enjoying it. Okay, that is all of the rooms now available to us. It's just a matter of figuring out what rooms can we fill out. I wonder if we can use these in interesting ways here. I have no idea. So for this to be valid, we need a single road, not multiple pieces of road to fill the space, I believe. Well, we're only lacking... There's a left arrow here as well, which... What does it want from me? There's some deeper mystery here. I'm presuming I need to do all of these before I can finish off whatever this is. But also now... Can we do something with these? If I do that and... I can't do that. No. Okay, so many things to think about. If we were to say, hook that right, and then do that, I could fill in more space. Can I do it in a way that makes the whole thing happy? Because there's these 3 on the left that become more difficult to resolve. Because I can do that. But then I don't know what I'm necessarily doing here. It feels closer. It feels like there should be some version of this where something works out. Can't do that there. If I do that there, I don't have the one I would need to make that work. Don't know about that one. This guy? I would need the top path, and I don't have that yet either. We did that first. Can I just fill this in with other pack pieces? I need another road somewhere, I think, because I can't get things to perfectly fit into the rest of this space due to the rectangular geometry. So what place next? We've recently got these 3. I don't think I can use this corner with anything that I have. We have that there. I can't fill this in with an empty void. We can go right and then up. Then we can hook right and all the way around. Can I do the rest of this space with what we have? I can do that. Maybe? Maybe this works? I can't fill in the large void section, though. So I can't have 2 roads that mash together like that. Oh. Who would have known I'd be here for like 2 hours in this demo? But it's so good. Well, maybe we can do multiples of these then. Except this bottom corner. How do I navigate around this? Because this can't be a corner, as I've had made plainly explained to me before. I can't make pieces go in that direction. Can I do this one? Now that, or possibly this guy, now that I can do a piece with a terminus on it, you'd figure I could. Let's start with this, though. It's just figuring out where those edges are going to go. So we have to get out of here. But I need a void piece to go there. So maybe this is one of those. I think I need the opposing top side edge piece for that, which I don't currently have. But I can't fill in this piece and that piece together either. Oh, where can I go? Well, this solves the 3x3 problem, which is interesting. But while I can do left-right, I can't do up-down. So, unless I can fill in the center void, I can't do this. Or I need an up-down and another up-down to like make a pair like this, but in that direction somewhere. But I like this knowledge that I can fill in gaps with the awkward 3x3s. Does that mean I can do something similar over here? Because these can't accommodate the down pieces in the same way, and I don't have the up. Or like over here, if we did we do... That's two separate roads. That's all one road. That does a left-right together. I haven't even begun to think about tackling this yet. I just can't make any single thought stay until I can really crack a piece. Right, that can go out and back in. That can go out and back in. But then this becomes a problem here. Well, does it? If that goes out and back in there. We can do that. That. Okay, that's good. Fill in the corner. Do it down. I can't do that together. Okay. We don't have a piece that allows for that. We can do out and back there. This piece becomes our main problem. Can I make the bottom of this work? Because this piece here can't be... These two can't cut straight over. Because that leaves this cell completely unavailable. So that has to be this, this. Now this doesn't work. That can't go anywhere. Well, I can do that, but that's what we had a moment ago, isn't it? What if that went down there? This was a plain right-hand side. It's so close, but it's not it. But I feel like we must have the pieces to do this, though. Because all of these are working on left-rights. Can't do that there. Can't do that there. Is there some way I can fill this out? This bottom rounded edge is the problem here. Because I can't leave this empty space in the corner. This piece can just never exist because it's full mud on two sides, which we can't do. Could I do... some version of this instead? It's this bottom lobe. How is it 2 o'clock in the afternoon already? Where did my Saturday go? Where can we go with this? It's so close. Where could I truncate or change part of this? I really feel like I do have the pieces I need to make this work somehow. Only I had the end of thermometers, but if you had the end of thermometers, you could make anything work at any time, basically. You'd have no limitations. Is how I feel that ends up going. Wait. Wait. I can just do a... No, I can't do a loop. I can't do a loop, because I need an exit. I thought I had it for a second there, but I definitely don't. I can't do that as a loop, because it can't be a loop. I would need... a different piece. To make the loop finish. Oh, brain. I can't do this here because this one piece ends up alone. How can we do the bottom edge of this? Because what are we missing on these? We're missing the north pathway piece. But I don't think that north pathway piece would help me. Yeah. That can't go back to there. I've been here for so long. For so long. I can't make that join up to those. Should we try this one? I mean, what can it hurt, right? It just comes down to where can we make this actually fit in with the rest of it, right? Because I can fill a lot of this in now, though I can't do these negative corners. So maybe that's a bust. And this was the one that taught us we have to have the roads connected. So maybe we can connect these roads. Maybe we can make this be one contiguous area somehow. But I can't do it in a way that has two... Why is my mouse cursor doing thinking noises? We can't have two corners of dirt together. I'm so cross-eyed at this point. If I'd have known I'd been here for 2 hours, I would have broken it down into like 4 half-hour chunks, but I had no idea when I started. Can I make this into different regions? Not with this piece here I can't, because I can't do a full green piece or a full brown piece. It would have to be one of those. Well, I can do that. That's valid enough. But I can't do the same here. I would need the north facing one of these. But then that would leave grey touching there. So that leaves that able to go there. But that can't match up to this. So that's a no-go. Well then what if we do... No, that's what we just had, isn't it? I'm thinking of a piece that doesn't exist. Because I can't turn this corner with a muddy brick piece. I can do out and back through there. So does that mean I can get this to meet mud at any point? That can't go to there, so it would have to be this. Yeah. Out and back and over again. Hold on, hold on. We might be onto something. We might be onto something. Cap that all off. Nice. What do we got? New tile. That's the north one. Okay. So, with the north one, what did we hypothesize earlier? I can't remember. Possibly this. Then how would I get all of this to be together? Great. What is that? What is that? Is that water matching water to make like an island? Oh god. Okay, we must be nearing the end game now, I guess. I don't suppose there's anywhere else that's useful for that as part of a puzzle. But we must be able to think about doing more near here soon. If we do that and that, I can't do a T-junction here, but I don't need to. I can do that, that, and that. That's another new water tile thing. Do we have rules for these? Oh my god. The cells in areas are colored in a two-tone checkerboard pattern. In fact, there's a technique for solving puzzles by focusing on this coloring. The key is how many more white cells are there than black cells. This is what we call parity. For example, this area has 8 white cells and 7 black cells, so the overall parity of the area is +1. Parity can be considered not only for area, but for as a whole for its parts, such as roads or empty lots. Why consider cell parity? Okay, that's a lot more than I want to read right now. I feel like we're figuring out a lot of this stuff anyway. Can I do this with now that I have a north-facing piece? Don't know. What about this guy? I can't do that piece, I think. Maybe this one, now that we have the north-facing piece? Basically, where can I slot this in to places where it makes more sense to me? God, there's still so many puzzles. We've been here for 2 hours. What about this guy? Now that we have north. I can't fill that in. With this much space. I do that, and that. This tile becomes a problem for me. A big problem. This is the parity they were discussing earlier. But there's one gap too many. So what can I do with one gap too many? We just start building out some of the negative space that I can't use. Leaves this super awkward piece. Well, then what if we do this instead? Okay, hold on. Cut that around the outside edge here. Can I do this? No. I counted wrong. I could do I could set a 2 by 2 here. But then there's one piece here too many. I can't do that. Oh, brain! I'm just looking for anything that my brain can agreeably latch onto. I have no idea what I'm doing with this tile here. There seems like no good solution for a single tile dead end in what I have. So that seems completely unavailable to me as a tile. This we're slowly figuring out, apparently. I haven't really looked at this in a long while. So this feels tidy so far. It would have to be that there. How do I get the rest of this out? I mean, we could do the exit there instead. Can we do 2 exits? Does that help me? It does! Oh! Yes. So because we can now... Wait, no, I can't loop that into itself. You dummy! Why do you keep thinking pieces exist when they don't? I thought I was going to be able to turn that into that and make a T, but that can't be a T. It doesn't have parity or something, I don't know. How do I get this corner to join the rest of the island? Is my question. Oh, I'm a silly dummy. Great, another tile that is not helpful to me in the slightest. We're just drawing a picture with the spare tiles. Is what it feels like. Ah, but like that tiny taste of progress, you know? A tiny, tiny taste of progress. And like now that we have 2 of these, 4 of those, 4 of those, 4 of those, and 4 of those, it feels like most stuff should be available to me, you know? What about this, now that I have access to these? Like if we do stuff like this, can I get the whole thing to be full? The question is, how do we get to all 4 corners? Because the corners must be full. So that would have to go to the left. But we can do that there, that there, that there, that there, presumably, give or take. Well then, can I just do... Hold on, hold on. Can we just do a bunch of horseshoey type stuff here? No, because I can't do this edge now. No, it's not quite that, but it feels closer. This has to go to the left, is... Well, hold on. Just fill that gap in then. And go over. Okay. Fill that gap in. do verticals. That has to go there. Fill that gap in. Vertical. We're getting there. We're going to get there. Nice. Thanks. The other piece of my jigsaw puzzle. Okay, now what? Okay. That gives me pause to think about what I might be able to do over here. But I'm very uncertain where this kind of comes in and then leaves again. Let's just figure out if we can like, what can we do to make these viable? It would have to be, I think, that. I don't think there's any other way that can go. This has greenery around it, so does that mean it has to go like this? I mean, it doesn't. It could hypothetically be those as well. We can do stuff like this. But to what end? And then we came... what piece can I put here? I can't put this piece here, so it would have to be that piece. Well, is it just this simple then? Hold on. Hold the telephone. Give me the other corner. And then mirror that on the opposing side. How do we do this? Well, okay, this doesn't have somewhere to go. Is my problem. Does it need somewhere to go? I need something to put in these two tiles. Is the thing. Otherwise, I end up with... this. So that doesn't match up here, which is where I run out of symmetry on that. Again, mysterious tree stumps being mysterious. That gets me some of the way, but it's just this damn individual piece here. What can I do with you? I don't see it. I don't see the move. Can't do that. What piece could go far left here? Like, if I do this, I'll never get into this corner. So that has to be there. So that seems like a correct logical deduction. But I can't then do that. I don't know what to do with the left of that. Alright, where else haven't we been for a while? How many puzzles do we have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Jeez, we've been here for so long. I haven't touched this since we got here. So, there's that. Is it going to be one big island in the middle? I wonder. I mean, it can't be one big island because we don't have central island pieces. This piece becomes unavailable to us that way. Top edges, almost certainly this. We need to use an island to connect the three edges together. But islands can only exist in exact rectangles, is kind of a lesson we've learnt by observation. Now, I could fill the top left corner, or the top right section here, with a void. But I can't then do anything about these two tiles. Like, this is very close. Is this where I think the rectangle must be? Well, what if the rectangle went vertically instead? So what if we went horizontally across, capstone there, how are we going to get the bottom one into the rectangle? It's a great question. Well, could we bring it in from the right? Cap that off. Cap that off. Cap that off, and then just build a rectangle here. Nice. God, we're really just building this jigsaw now, aren't we? But we're making progress. So what can we do here? Now knowing our rules about individual rectangles. Well, this one has 2 rectangles, but if we want to join, it's probably to one large single rectangle, like we have here, with extra fill space, here. We can't cut behind here, which is a problem for this back section. Can't do this because we can't fill in that top corner. That can't go there. That's not going to work because I can't go out in here, back in again. But I'm very confident we have all the pieces we need now. Oh, God. It itches my brain in such a good way. I just never expected to be here for now going on 2.5 hours. I could stop and then do more. But like, I'm here now, I'm in it. I'm in the thick of it. Where can we put this? I can't do this because I can't ever get those two to join up. If we do this, I can't ever use this negative space in the corner, so I don't think this can be correct. We go up, over, straight line. Is there something we could do with this? I think so. That looks good, doesn't it? That looks good. I hope it's good. It looks like we're unlocking the tiles in a linear way rather than each puzzle being mapped to a specific tile. It's just we're unlocking them in this order as we solve any given puzzle. But it's getting more and more filled out, isn't it? Still confused by this and what we could possibly do with that. But plenty of other puzzles for the meantime. How about we revisit this? So we could make that into an island, make that into an island, but we have one leftover odd piece. I can't branch anything out here. I can do that and make an island, but this odd piece here just stops us from making it very tidily. It's too many edges. Because now I can't join that up there. Well, I don't need to, because those can be flat edges, and that can go straight across. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. We're getting there. Alright. Are we slowly starting to see the Matrix? Where else can we go now? Where haven't we been in a while? Great question. This I still don't quite get. But hey. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All of that. I don't know. Don't know. Let's have a look down here again. How can we make this viable? We can stick an island in here. Does that do much for me? What's the smallest viable island I can build? Because I don't think I can put an island on this left half of any of this. Because there's not enough room to kind of make the clean 6-piece that it exists as. Right? Question mark? This has to come out. It can't be that. So it has to either be a straight piece, which I don't think I can then fill in this ever. So let's say this has to be a hook piece. Then that means this has to be this. That can't be that. It always just leaves one hollow space. Because what I can't do, I think, is double up on this and have that go into itself and do anything with this over here. So what can I do with any of that? That doesn't ever work because I can't put any of these pieces on this. So where could I ever put an island on here? I think that has to go there. That has to go there. I don't see what we fill the last bit of the void with here. Because I can't do that. I don't see that one. That one's very much mystery to me. Have we looked at this one lately? Some part of this needs to be an island. It's just about how much of it, I have to imagine. Well, this is starting to already look interesting. Except these have to join together, so that's no good. I can't make that island go any further north than it already does. Because I can't put that piece there like that and finish this gap. Well, what if we do... I can't do that. This will be no good to me because I can't fill in this square here. So we need an island. Simply because of the odd nature of how many tiles we have to move through. It can't be there. Can it be there? It is. How do we connect it all? be something like this. Punch my microphone. Good job, me. How do I get onto this island? Oh, hold on. Not quite, I fear. We've got it, we've got it, we got it, I think. I think we have it. We can go around the outside edge now. Good. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's one tile too many here to fill up on ourselves. Can't do that. Right. So we know we need an island. That's about all we know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 12, 14, 15, 16, 17 tiles. Does that help me? Probably, if I'm smarter than I am. Right, what can we do with this? Because I like the symmetry of this. But this can't go into there. Because we can't join on to this piece. Ever. That doesn't work. I put that as an island there. What I can't do is loop this onto itself. So if we just play out the hypothetical here, this might be where even we were before. You can't come out of here into there, then out of there and back into here again. So if this is a vertical island that's not working, what would a horizontal island look like, and can it ever work? I think it would have to be a very stubby island, right? Do we ever get away with something like this? Somewhere in here? It'd have to be that and this. I don't think so. The number of ins and outs don't match, because right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. which is an odd number. And so with an odd number, I can't make there be an even number of entrances and exits. So we've introduced an even number of edges on the island. Is there any way for me to introduce an odd number of edges? I guess there is. If I do this now. But what I... Okay, maybe what I need is... Well, I can't. I was thinking about if I swap that to there, that makes an odd number, 3. But I can't go in... I leave an odd space. But I can't have an odd number at the top and an even number at the bottom because this loop has to be intact. So... what can I change? I can't introduce a T-junction here. So, if this horizontal island doesn't work, it can't come lower because this piece can't sit there. So maybe it is a vertical island. But we just need to figure out how many odds and evens we're going to have of such an island. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have to go there because I can't have empty space up here, so we have to have those. If they just loop to each other... I can't do this. Because while that can go in there, and we can cap off this bottom, that can't go into there. Oh, brain! We've been going nearly 3 hours. Oh, God. It's so close to working. Because we get back to this situation. And we have that one spare tile left. Which we cannot allow. Ah. Does this add options for us? No, we're back down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where we need 6. I just can't figure out where the 6th one comes from. Can't do that. Where else can I put an island? Don't tell me I can do this just as a path. No. I keep thinking I can loop onto myself, but I can't. So I come out of here, in and out, but I need an in again. And now I'm down to this being a problem again. Let me just see what happens if I do that. Nothing good. Alright, something else. This feels like it's prime for just presenting me with an island that I can get everything hooked onto. So, show me another one of these rooms which has 3 exits. This we just made... We had 3 exits. We made 3 entries onto an island. This we had 3 exits. We made 3 entries onto an island. This we had 3 exits. We made 3 entries onto an island. So this, we have 3 exits. We make 3 entries onto an island. But the corner becomes a bigger problem for me because I can't take a piece all the way to that corner. These seem like simple enough notions. And what do I do with this? Because I can loop back onto it, but then I leave an odd piece in the corner, which, as we've learnt, is a death sentence for a solution. And while I could, hypothetically, just do that, I can't close out all this additional space in any way now. I mean, I can, kind of. I trade off some of that, but then we end up with the one odd piece, which is the pain in my butt. I think I... Thought I had it for a second, decided possibly I don't. What if we do a vertical one here? How do we do this? Vertical. Look in. I was trying to think about where I could then place a joint in for this guy and then just build an independent island to fill out the other pieces, but I still end up with one too many, even if I make this a little donut. It's 5 wide, which isn't enough for us to do 2 islands side by side, but what if we did something weird? No, I couldn't. I couldn't do 2 rows of island. The corner pieces just become unstuck. Oh, God. Still don't understand you. You have this bit locked in and like a bunch of edge pieces, which feels like it should make this easier, honestly. The amount of edge stuff that's present here makes me feel like this should be way more viable to just find the solution. I need both sides to connect. Again, we come across this problem of having one cell too many or too few for any given solution, which is getting really tiresome. Because now this is just a void space. I can build that out. What do I do here? Can I make a 3rd island in the middle? I don't think I can because of this guy. This still has to get to there. Then you have this tile, which is just doing nothing. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 puzzles still. Oh, I don't know if I need to do all of them to fill this out, or if it's just like 6 more and then you can do the edges or something. I don't know. I still don't understand how you possibly fill this gap in here. Does this need an island? Presumably, given that this is 3 wide. Can't do that. I don't know how to get this to connect to everything else. I might have to throw in the towel. It's been 3 hours. It's ridiculous. That, I couldn't figure out the asymmetry. This, I can't figure out how to get around this corner. This, we kind of had a bit of a grasp on at the beginning with the island and the multi-entries, but it quickly became lost on me. So we have island section at the top. At the very least has to be that. If we do that, we just have to fill in the rest of what we have here. Easier said than done, right? We can do that there. We can do that there, but then I can't... I can cap that. But then this becomes just its own problem, doesn't it? Because if I cap that off, we end up with this terrible piece over here. I think I'm going to throw in the towel. My brain just can't do it anymore. But what a great demo. Maybe I'll like edit this down and maybe there'll be more of it, or maybe there won't be. I don't know, but thanks so much for watching. Whether I cut this into multiple parts or just put it up as a 3-hour video, who knows? I'll see you again soon. Cheers.